I'm Nick Pomeroy with PR Equipment out here in Kearns, Texas. Hey, today, in line with one of our values, which is education, we wanted to talk a little bit about safety, and really when it comes down to tractor safety, but primarily for this video, it's going to be about hydraulic safety around tractors. These are large pieces of equipment. I know this one, you're like, oh, that's not a real big piece of equipment. I get it. We've got lots of different sizes of tractors, but this one, I think, is fairly common around some smaller operations and maybe your yard and things. And it's also one that kids might be more apt to be around. And so I really want to talk to you about that because it matters, right? So there's a lot of things we need to be keeping in mind when we're utilizing tractors, but also when we're storing tractors. Just in case you have little ones around, animals, anything like that, we want to make sure we're being safe. So one of the things, never go under a raised boom. You never know when this hydraulic hose is going to break and it's going to come down or whatever could happen. Never, climb under the boom when it's raised up in the air. Let it down, take it off, do whatever. If you need to get in here and work, or if you need access, take the loader off, let the loader all the way down. But don't climb under this. You just never know when there's going to be a failure. And you might not even be out there. You might have it stored like this, and we might have an animal or something get underneath it. Or a kid. The other thing is maybe a kid hops up on the seat and plays with this joystick, and this thing comes down on someone, and we definitely want to avoid that. So it may be like, yeah, we know, Nick, but just keep that in mind. A couple other things, just since we're talking about it, in a very similar fashion with the loader is going to be the backhoe. And so with the backhoe, they provide us with lots of these pins, and these pins aren't just there for transport. They're not just there for look. They're also to lock everything in place. And so when we start looking at different ways to do this, we've got lots of locks that are going to keep this thing from settling. And as long as the locks are in place, you can leave everything up. But if the lock pins aren't in place, we need to be letting down on these. So we need to be letting, and I don't have any hydraulic pressure, so it's not going to go very fast, but we need to be letting down on these so these aren't settling on any animals, on any kids, on anything like that. So like I say, if you're not going to store it with a locking pin, store it in the lowest position where there's no pressure on any hoses, there's no tension on anything. But guys, do that, and just like I say, just be safe around this equipment. Thanks.